That sound wasn't the wind. It was a chorus of 20,000, nailed to the sky. Summer, 1462. You march with the Sultan. You have crushed empires. Your mission is simple: punish a defiant prince in a tiny, insignificant land. Then the air grows thick. A scent of decay and iron washes over the column. Scouts stop dead. And as you crest the final hill, the world changes. A forest stands before the capital. But these trees are men. A silent, screaming army of the dead and dying, arranged in macabre, perfect rows. Your Sultan, Conqueror of Constantinople, stares. Then he orders a full retreat. What kind of strategist builds a wall of corpses? And the terrifying answer is this: one who learned from the best. This isn't a story about a monster born. This is the story of a strategist forged. And by the end, you'll see the true weapon wasn't the stake, it was the story itself. He didn't just break bodies, he engineered nightmares. Our question begins years earlier, in 1442. Vlad is 11. His father, Vlad Dracula, makes a pact for survival with the Ottoman Sultan. The price? His two youngest sons. Vlad and his brother Radu are sent to the Ottoman court. Not as prisoners in chains, but as honored hostages. They receive an elite education, languages, philosophy, war. But beneath the silk lies a brutal curriculum. Young Vlad is being schooled in the architecture of fear. He watches the Ottomans govern through spectacle. He learns that a public, prolonged execution can cow a city faster than an army. He sees terror as a precise instrument. And he learns his own place. He is a pawn, powerless. While his brother adapts, Vlad's defiance grows. Chronicles suggest punishments, perhaps beatings. Something in the boy hardens. He isn't just suffering, he's studying. Every lesson on power is memorized. Every technique of control filed away. He is building a library of horror, book by book. In 1448, he returns home. His family is gone. Father murdered, brother buried alive by the rival nobility, the boyars. Vlad is alone in a nest of vipers. He bides his time, exiled, planning. And in 1456 he strikes. His coronation feast is a trap. He asks the gathered boyars a simple question. How many princes have you served? They boast, naming 7, 10, a dozen, proud of their survival. Vlad smiles. Then his guard sees every man who answered. Here, we see his new methodology. The older conspirators are executed outside the walls. The younger, stronger ones are given a choice: rebuild a ruined mountain fortress with their bare hands, or die. They labor until their clothes rot and their bodies break. Most perish. The survivors are broken, loyal only from terror. Vlad has not just taken revenge. He has dismantled the old power structure and rebuilt it in his own terrifying image. But this was just the warm-up. The real test was coming from the south. In 1459, Sultan Mehmed II, Vlad's former childhood companion, sends envoys. They demand tribute and Vlad's oath of loyalty. The envoys refuse to remove their turbans, citing religious custom. Vlad listens, nods. He respects their devotion. So much so, he orders their turbans nailed to their skulls. The mutilated men are sent back alive. It is a message, calculated and cruel. Mehmed receives it perfectly. War is now declared. But to understand the war, you must understand the weapon. Impalement, in Vlad's hands, wasn't murder, it was psychological engineering. The stake was rounded and oiled. The victim was positioned so it missed major organs. Raised upright, gravity would do the work over days. Death was slow, public, and audible. The screams were a feature, not a bug. But the staging was the real genius. He arranged them in geometric patterns, circles, stars, rows by rank. He turned human agony into grotesque art to demonstrate absolute control. One account claims he dined among them, a story that spread like wildfire through Europe in pamphlets. The message was clear: your horror does not touch me. In 1462, Mehmed's answer arrives, an army of up to 90,000. Vlad's forces are perhaps a third that size. He will not meet them head-on. He creates a wasteland. Villages are emptied, wells poisoned, fields burned. The Ottoman supply lines stretch thin. Then, the night raids begin. Small, elite units strike camp edges and vanish. The goal is exhaustion and paranoia. The masterpiece comes on June 17th. Vlad leads 10,000 men on a daring strike aimed at the Sultan's own tent. Disguised in Ottoman garb, they cause chaos, coming within sight of Mehmed himself before retreating. The Sultan is shaken. His mighty army is being bled by a ghost. And then, they reach the outskirts of Targovist. The smell hits first. Then the sight. A forest of the impaled, stretching for miles. Contemporary estimates range from 15,000 to 20,000. Some bodies were weeks old. Some still twitched, moaning. At the center, on the highest stake, was a captured Ottoman commander. Mehmed, the great conqueror, halted. After a long silence, he reportedly said, "What can be done against a man who does such things?" The psychological breaking point was reached. Coupled with a logistical nightmare, the Sultan gave the order. The Ottoman Empire turned back. Vlad had won. But terror is a weapon that corrodes the hand that wields it. He couldn't turn it off. Suspected merchants, disloyal boyars, entire villages, the impalement ground became a permanent fixture. His allies grew fearful. His brother Radu, backed by the Ottomans, offered a calmer alternative. Within months of his greatest victory, Vlad was overthrown and imprisoned by his Hungarian allies. He spent over a decade in comfortable captivity, a model prisoner. It's a bizarre coda. He briefly regained the throne in 1476, but his reign lasted weeks. He died in battle, beheaded. His head was sent to Constantinople, preserved in honey, a final trophy for the Sultan. His body vanished. So who was he? A Romanian national hero who preserved independence? The inspiration for a vampire myth? Both missed the point. The horror of Vlad the Impaler is not that he was inhuman, but that he was utterly human. He was a product of a brutal system who refined its lessons into an ultimate strategy. He proved that weaponized fear can halt an empire. His true legacy is the calculus of terror. If you're fascinated by the dark mechanics of power and the minds that master them, make sure to like this video and follow Winds of Thought for more journeys into history's most compelling chapters. The past is waiting.